Day. There wasn't a lot of good price action, especially early in the day, but I kind of want to go over a trade that I made and kind of walk you through the thought process throughout the trading day. Okay, so the previous day, you could see that we were already gapping up. Usually when that happens, it's kind of hard to go long. So typically when we gap up, what I like to do is kind of sit and wait and see if there's a pullback or if we're gonna have a reversal. So as you can see right here, we gapped up. So on slower time, when the market's slower, generally I would like to switch to the 1 minute time frame. So I'm just kind of walk you through how I set up my trade today. I caught a nice trade on Qs and I played puts. So when the day started, the first thing I wanted to kind of identify is fair value gap, a potential support area, which I want to see a retest, or it could also, if it's broken, it could also be a former support, now resistance. So we find one right here. We had a fair value gap. I used the 1 minute fair value gap today. So we had a break up as we're pushing up. We were kind of bullish throughout the morning, but I did not play any calls. So the goal, the objective here is to have the candle close below the fair value gap, a close, not just a touch. So a lot of these wicks will be fake outs, and I wanted to wait for the candle to close. So I'm gonna fast forward this. Here we had another fake breakdown. A lot of traders can be kind of compelled to take puts here. That's why I would like to wait for confirmation, and my confirmation is if we close below. So we get a nice bounce off this fair value gap and a push up. Again, it was very choppy. As you can see, these candles were red, green, and even on the 1 minute, especially with all these wicks. So as price returns here again, we see the same exact thing. And looking back in retrospect, there was plenty of opportunities to even scalp longs here at this support area, because it was actually acting as a very strong support. As you can see, we got a 3-1-2 reversal. Looks like a morning star. Again, same sequence over here. We get a 2-3 reversal, right, with a doji at the bottom. So again, price pushes up, and it looks here like we are losing a little bit of the momentum. So at this point right here, I was looking at, okay, if we can break after 4 touches, I'll be going short. Typically my target would be down here, but because of how choppy the day was, I didn't hold it to its entirety. So that's another thing maybe I can work on and take a look. Okay, so again, we get rejected here. And finally, at 7:24 Pacific, we see a close break. And this is actually where I decided to go short on the close. My stop loss was going to be just above here, or even I might be a little bit more loose with it. Could be high of over here. Target would be down here as a former fair value gap that I had in 2 days ago. And since we gapped up, I want to see if it acts as a support area. And usually fair value gaps are magnets, so price tends to go towards the fair value gaps before making a decision to go either up or break through it. So I was able to capture a nice move, and here we had a bear flag, and then as long as we are below this fair value gap, which is the resistance for me, I was going to stay in this position. And I was able to hold the trade. And once we got a green candle for the second time, I actually got out of this trade. I did not hold it to the main target I wanted because of the fact that I was maybe anticipating that we reverse here. I don't know. That's something that I can improve on, but later on in the day, shortly after, right, the price reached its target. So the last video I talked about, I used the fair value gap as a break and retest. And this is another way I use it. After multiple touches as support and finally broken, I use this as a support and resistance level. So this is now a resistance, and this will protect me to help me keep me in this trade. So I hope that helps. And if you have any comments, make sure you put the comments down below. And yeah.